Demystifying Medicine, Harnessing the Immune System to Fight Cancer, an interview with Eden Kapcan. Cancer is unfortunately the second leading cause of death worldwide, and it can be defined as a disease that is caused by the development of abnormal cells. These cells proceed to divide at an uncontrollable rate, and they then destroy normal tissues that are found in the body. If the cancer has gone unnoticed, the disease can spread throughout the entire body. The development of cancer starts within the DNA inside your cells. This DNA changes or mutates to become cancerous, and these cancerous cells then begin to spread, mutating other nearby cells as well. Your DNA is what makes up the genes that are found in your body, and your genes have a set of instructions that tell each cell what to do to help your body function. Errors in these instructions can cause certain cells to stop functioning properly, and this is what allows a cell to become cancerous. Risk factors for cancer can include your daily habits, any family history of the disease, current health conditions, and the environment that you live in. There are many different symptoms that one can experience if they have cancer, which is why it's sometimes difficult to detect. Cancer cells can gather in one area and form a cancerous tumor, and this tumor can sometimes be felt through the skin as a lump or as an area of thickening. Other symptoms include unexplained bleeding or bruising, skin changes such as yellowing or darkening, sores that won't heal, extreme and unexplained fatigue, and many more. Survival rates are improving for many types of cancer due to improvements in cancer screening along with treatment and prevention. There are many types of treatments that are available for patients with cancer. The type of treatment that's used varies depending on the type of cancer you have and how far it has progressed. Surgery is one option that patients have if there's a tumor that's able to be removed safely. Another common form of treatment is chemotherapy, which is when drugs are injected into the patient in efforts to kill the cancer cells. This is often paired with radiation therapy, which uses high-powered energy beams coming from a machine outside your body to kill the cancer cells inside your body. Immunotherapy is also a common form of treatment and is a form of biological therapy that uses your body's own immune system to fight cancer. Your immune system's natural job is to identify any intruder cells that are in your body and destroy them. This would include cancerous cells. However, cancer cells are typically too aggressive for your immune system to handle on its own. Cancer cells are smart. They're like a moving target, and they're constantly able to dodge your body's immune system's defense tactics. The goal of immunotherapy is to train your immune system to fight these cancerous cells with more force, and it also helps your body to produce specific cancer-fighting immune cells that can locate and destroy cancer cells at a higher rate. While immunotherapy shows great promise to fight various forms of cancer, it is accompanied with various side effects. The case of side effects are different for each individual, regularly depending on the type of cancer you are diagnosed with, how advanced the cancer is, as well as the type and dose of immunotherapy the individual receives. A common side effect includes irritated skin reaction. Skin irritation includes swelling, pain, itchiness, redness, as well as soreness. Individuals may also develop flu-like symptoms, such as fever, nausea, fatigue, muscle aches, headaches, low or high blood pressure, as well as trouble breathing. Other side effects include organ inflammation, heart palpitations, sinus congestion, diarrhea, infection, and weight gain. Another challenge that patients may face is the cost of the treatment. For some patients, the financial burden associated with immunotherapy can act as a significant barrier. Access to these treatments may be restricted due to their high prices, especially for those without full health insurance coverage. One form of immunotherapy is called antibody recruiting molecule, or ARMs for short. ARMs are an active area of research with promising development in preclinical studies. Antibodies are an essential part of the body's immune system. They are proteins that bind to specific molecules, such as molecules found on the surface of cancer cells. It entails the development of molecules that can recruit antibodies to target certain cells or pathogens. The purpose of ARM improves the immune system's ability to identify any potential intruder. One of the labs that works to study immunotherapy is the Rullo lab, located at McMaster University. The Rullo lab looks and studies at these interactions to try and create a potential therapy for cancer. Here is Eden Kapcan from the lab to explain more. Eden is one of the founding researchers in the lab and has been there for over 5 years.
Who are you and what do you study and research? My name is Eden Kapcan. I am a third-year MD PhD student here in the Rullo lab. I did my undergrad here in chemical biology at McMaster, and then continue to do a joint chemical biology and medicine degree. We research, so there are lots of things in your body that have to talk to each other to function, just like any complex organization. And one of the things that talk to each other is your immune system and anything that's dangerous, right? Your body is constantly being bombarded by various foreign things that we don't like. And so your immune system is always talking to both the healthy, good self cells and these invaders. And through that conversation, through that communication, you realize what is good and what is bad, and then you can either kill them in various ways. So what we research is how can we use chemistry to enhance this communication.
What are covalent immune recruiters, and how can these be used in a therapeutic sense?
So covalent immune recruiters are one of the lab's flagship molecular platforms. As I said before about these communications, essentially there are different kinds of interactions that chemicals have. The most common of them is something called non-covalent. What this means is that it's a pretty weak bond. Now, there are lots of things that talk non-covalently. One of the things that we want to do was we want them to talk covalently, in which they'd be a lot stronger. We thought by making this covalent bond, the immune system would be better at either engaging with or killing the, in our case, cancer cells.
Okay, and what are covalent bonds?
Oh, a covalent bond in a classical sense is just when two atoms are sharing electrons, instead of in the non-covalent context when they're not really sharing those electrons. For the purposes of ours, all we care about is a covalent bond is a stronger, nearly permanent bond, versus a lot of other contexts of all of these bonds are non-permanent.
Why are these CIRs or covalent immune recruiters better than current therapies? So, for example, monoclonal antibodies or chemotherapy.
So chemotherapy has a lot of problems with it being non-selective. So chemotherapy harms nearly all the cells in your body. That was a huge promise between the immunotherapies. The idea was when you make immunotherapies, they can be targeted. So we're going to only target certain things in the body. Monoclonal antibodies have a challenge in that they are expensive to make. And you need a lot of them. You need to put a lot of them in people for you to actually have a function. Both within a public healthcare system, in which everyone is paying for that, but also in low-income countries where we don't have the resources to use that. Monoclonal antibodies, which are great, have those challenges for accessibility. When you make smaller molecules like these CIRs, they're much cheaper to make.
My last question is, what are future directions for the lab, and what is anything that you hope to accomplish in the future?
So the future directions for the lab, we spend a lot of time with these CIRs interfacing with antibodies, which are very cool, and I've done a lot, and we've shown a lot of that. However, it would actually be really cool if we can directly engage with immune cells and other parts of the immune system in different ways. One actual project is a macrophage. Those macrophages are cells that eat cancer cells, and we can directly target them. In fact, Cece right over there has actually been working on that right now if you want to ask her more questions about it.
Thank you so much to our guest for today, Eden Kapcan. We hope you were able to learn more about immunotherapy and this new form of cancer research.